Hey YouTube family, it's Sarah, also known as LessOfSarah, and this is the first day of 5 days of videos for me, not really in celebration, but I guess kind of in celebration of my 6 months anniversary, which is on Thursday. So I'm going to do a series of videos based around the last 6 months. So before I get into today's video, I'm just going to talk about what the videos are going to be about. So today's video is going to be my plan at 6 months. So I'm going to be talking about my diet and fitness plans, what I eat, how I work out, and all that sort of stuff, because that's something that a lot of people do ask about. So I thought I would share that at this point so you can compare to stuff I've said obviously in the past. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm going to do my 5 keys to weight loss success. Again, it's just based on my personal experience and what works for me, and the 5 things that I think have been most important and instrumental in my weight loss so far. Wednesday is going to be my 10 best weight loss tips, and there'll be different things than what I talk about tomorrow as well, and they may be products or services or who knows, but we're going to do that on Wednesday. Thursday is my 6 months anniversary, so that'll be my 6-month update. And then Friday I'm going to do kind of a reflecting on 6 months post-op post, and I want to go back and revisit my 10 things I won't miss about morbid obesity video and see how many of those things have changed since I made that video. So yeah, I hope that you guys will stick with me all week and watch all those videos. I'm already at 2 minutes, so I need to get started on this one. I'm going to talk about my diet and fitness right now. I know that I have talked about my surgeon's plan before, but only very loosely. I don't think I've given all the details. And so I wanted to start off by talking about what my surgeon's plan is. My surgeon was Dr. Aceves in Mexicali, Mexico. His practice is called Mexicali Bariatric. And I highly recommend him, which I've said before. So his plan is throughout the weight loss phase is 600 to 800 calories a day, 70 to 75 grams of protein, 40 to 60 grams of carbs, 20 to 30 grams of fat, 5 small meals. That's something that he definitely encourages, is 5 meals versus 3 meals a day. I know there are some surgeons who are very strict about the 3-meal thing. I don't get that, to be honest, but whatever. So how closely do I stick to my surgeon's plan? Quite closely in a lot of ways, not so much in others. My calories right now, at the moment I would say I'm normally between 675 and 725, but really I'm aiming to have a minimum of 700 calories a day at this point. So really I'm looking at 700 to 750 around this point, and then I'll slowly probably get up to around 800 in the next, I would say, couple of months. I do think that now that I can eat a bit more, now that I've pretty much added almost everything back into my diet, so vegetables and every kind of, protein, I do need those extra calories, even for things like supplements and chia seeds and all that sort of stuff. So, I'm adding in calories that I believe are still healthy calories, more protein. I'm not necessarily adding in empty calories. So my calories going up is not a huge deal. I'm still only at 700, so I'm not that concerned. I know a lot of people will say that's too low. I don't necessarily agree. All I'm going to say is that for me, in my situation with a VSG, I did my research, and I know a lot of the people who started out in a similar place that I did, 300-400 pounds plus, and lost a lot of weight with VSG, followed a very similar plan, under 800 calories, low carbs, and so that's what I'm going to do while it works, while I can do it. So that's all I'm going to say. Before I started, I should have said, this is just to share what I do. This is not to recommend my plan to anyone. This is not me saying you should do what I do. It's just to share, because a lot of people do ask me what I do. And so it's informational for you. I don't recommend my plan to everyone. You need to do what works for you. This is what works for me. So what works for me is 700, let's say, to 750 calories a day. I generally aim for probably 75 to 95 grams of protein a day. Generally speaking, I'm within that range every day. My carbs have gone up a little bit from the beginning. I was actually doing like under 20. as long as I could. But now that I've added in vegetables and that sort of, it's just not possible to be under 20. If we're talking about net carbs, I'm definitely still under 20 a day. But I need the fiber and on all those other, things that the good carbs from veggies and all that other stuff provide. So my carbs right now are probably between 30 and 45 grams a day, 20 to 30 grams of fat. And I'm not really that concerned with fat, to be honest, because fat has so many calories. As long as I stay within my calorie limit, my fat can't actually be that high. So I don't really count. I mean, I count it, but I don't really pay attention. And I don't usually have 5 meals a day exactly. I normally have 3 meals, 1 snack, and a protein shake. So I do eat 5 times a day, pretty much. So I'm in line there with my surgeon's recommendations. So what are my typical breakfast, lunch, and dinner like on a daily basis? My breakfast, I always had a problem eating breakfast, to be honest, and I still have to force myself now. I can't really eat real food at breakfast. It makes me feel ill. I've always been like that. I don't know what it is, but I still have to wait a while after I eat, or after I wake up, I should say, to eat as well. So my breakfast is normally one of 3 things. Most frequently, I should say, it's Greek yogurt, usually with some Splenda, some Torani syrup in it, sometimes a little sugar-free Jell-O powder, thicken things up and flavor it, and sometimes some fruit. Usually it's strawberries or blueberries, every once in a while a little bit of banana, if I'm having like a carby day for me. So it's either yogurt, a protein shake, or on the rare occasion it might be a protein bar. That's usually if it's really early and I don't have time to make breakfast. On the weekends, my son plays football, and the games are like 8 o'clock in the morning. So I have to be up and out of the house, and I don't have time to make yogurt or, even necessarily sometimes to grab a protein shake. So I'll just grab a protein bar. But that's fairly rare. So breakfast is pretty much the same almost every day. And you know what? It doesn't bother me at this point. It's all good. Lunch varies. Usually breakfast and lunch are actually my biggest meals as far as calories go. I try and keep it more to the beginning of the day. Often lunch, if I'm home working, is going to be some kind of wonton cupcake, or it might be something like chili. It might be just some chicken breast. Usually it's something quick and easy because I'm working and I don't want to take a long time to make lunch. So, but wonton cupcakes are probably my favorite thing for lunch. The taco ones, absolutely my favorite. If you follow me on MyFitnessPal, you'll see I have a lot of taco cupcakes at lunch. And then dinner varies. I do eat a lot of, obviously, dense protein at dinner time. Sometimes, again, if you follow me on MyFitnessPal, you'll see all I'll eat is just chicken. Like, no vegetables, no nothing, chicken. So I still do that, chicken, fish, sometimes beef. Sometimes I'll eat something like a chili or whatever. It really depends on the day, but my meals are still pretty boring. And that's okay with me. I'm really trying to focus on the protein aspect. And I like to have one meal a day it's a little bit more complex, and I'll usually have one meal that's plain. So if I had a taco cupcake at lunch, I'm probably just going to have plain chicken or something like that at dinner. So I try and keep it, clean for part of the day anyway. So that's a typical breakfast, lunch, and dinner for me. Oh, snacks. Snacks are usually things like maybe olives, might be nuts, might be pickles, might be hummus and veggies. Oftentimes it's a cheese string. My favorite are the Sargento reduced fat Colby Jack ones. Love them. Cheese is definitely a big snack. And then usually I have a protein shake often at night after I eat, because I stay up quite late, so I can't really go that entire time after dinner without eating or having something. So I'll just have a protein shake, and I find that it doesn't sit heavy or anything, which is good. So that's what I do there. I would say it's 6 months out. My hunger is definitely coming back, but it's nothing like it used to be. It's really hard for me to explain, but it's very different than the hunger I used to have. It's not like an all-consuming thing where I just keep thinking about eating. It's more of I could eat right now. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit hungry, Cravings are coming back a little bit too. It definitely happens around my time of the month. Happens with certain foods, so there are definitely foods that are almost like trigger foods for me. Nuts are one of those things. Even though I still eat them, but they do seem to be a bit of a trigger for me. It hasn't really been an issue so far, so I've just been dealing with it. If I'm really having a craving for something, I'll try and, drink water. If it's a craving for something that I really shouldn't be eating, I'll try and eat something else in place of it. Usually that makes it go away, to be honest. I still follow the 1 bite rule that I've talked about. It still works for me. So if there's something I really, really want to eat, so my husband is eating a really big juicy hamburger, or we went to a birthday party yesterday and there was cupcakes and cookies and all of that, I'll have 1 bite, and I stick to 1 bite. And that 1 bite is usually enough to satisfy the craving. And again, it works for me. It may not work for everyone, but it has saved my butt a lot of times from eating an entire cookie or entire whatever. But really, it's probably a, I don't know, once a week thing. It doesn't happen very often. I was out of Skittles for a while, so I wasn't having my daily Skittle, but I'm back to actually 2 Skittles a day now. I'll be honest. 2 Skittles most days. Seriously. Those 2 Skittles are like the highlight of my day. It's sad, but I've always liked sugar, and so it's just a little bit of a something. I have started to look into and buy some snack type foods that, I guess for me, I was very, very strict at the beginning. And I think everyone gets obviously more lax over time, because you can, and because you want to go back to even a slightly normal way of eating. Not normal for me before, but just normal for a regular person, skinny person. So I have been looking at, adding in a few things here and there that I don't obsess about, because normally I won't really eat something as a snack unless the calories are really low. There's protein. I don't want to eat anything that has empty calories or a lot of carbs or whatever, but I'm kind of at the point now where every once in a while I need a little something. And there might be people who think that's sort of backwards in a way, but that is normal. Normal everyday people like food, and they like to have a treat once in a while, whatever. And I am no different. And I've never professed to being different in that way. And so I'm not going to try and deprive myself for the rest of my life. I'm really not. And so I just try and choose things that are good choices. So I've bought a couple of different things. They're just like small snack packs, chocolate covered dried fruit. So dried fruit covered with dark chocolate, little tiny 100-calorie packs, packs of nuts, trying to think of other things. Little nut clusters, almost like granola, but made with nuts from Costco. Really good. So I've bought a few things like that recently. Oh, I bought Greek yogurt, like frozen Greek yogurt bars, which I haven't tried yet, but I think they're like 60 calories, and they do have protein in them. So yeah, it's just something to kind of get you through when you're having one of those cravings. So that's what's up with snacks and all that sort of stuff. I try not to eat between those 5 meals or do any grazing. I still track everything with MyFitnessPal. So that's something that's really important. I'm going to talk about that again in my video tomorrow. And I'll talk about fitness, because that's why I'm looking kind of busted, kind of ratchet today. I just came back from the gym. I've been sweating. So fitness wise, right now I'm in the gym twice a week with my personal trainer. We do heavy weights at the moment, just trying to build muscle. The more muscle you can build, faster your metabolism is. So important for me to continue my weight loss, to work out. I like lifting heavy weights. Something cool about it. It makes me feel good. I've said before, I'm not really a runner. I'm okay with aerobics and cardio and that sort of thing, but really like lifting weights. And I do think weights are really important for weight loss. So yeah, I usually do an hour of weights and then 20 minutes, half an hour of cardio right afterwards. And the other days of the week, I do try and do cardio. So Zumba, walking, something else. Try and get in something every day. It doesn't really happen every week, I'll be honest, but I do my best. I do look forward to going to the gym. I don't look forward to going just because it's like the break in my day and I'm just thinking about the work I could be doing or whatever, but I do look forward to going to the gym. And I did like 250 pounds on the leg press today. So basically I can leg press VSG Kirk. Just saying. So I really find it really invigorating, and fitness is now a big aspect of my journey too. So yeah, that's how my diet and fitness work at the moment. And I'll be back tomorrow with another video in this 6-month series. Until then, remember to appreciate every step in your journey. Bye.